will not accept this. They try and convince her to make one final stand because now everything is different. She has Cam has the gas station, and the gas station has popping candy, which apparently aliens are allergic to. So yeah.
Leah, I'm sorry. I think we have to start again. Well, you can keep going, but I think part of it, I think it didn't click in yet. Okay, I'll just do a quick intro again. Hey, sorry folks. We're starting again. Leah's the best, a champion. We are live streaming right here at the Seneca 2D stream. We're doing our pitches live. Sometimes there's hiccups like right now, but I think we're gonna be rolling with it. And do you wanna roll back to the beginning? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
If I must.
Thank you.
Guys, this is places to land again. We keep doing it. It keeps happening. Yeah, so this is my pitch. And do you guys rock with liminal spaces? These little in-between spaces where you're just supposed to pass through and not really notice them. Not just build spaces, but also transitional periods in people's lives, adolescence, young adulthood. When people feel a little lost sometimes, or in Cam's case, they feel a little stuck. Cam feels stuck at this gas station rest stop where they work and nothing ever happens. So BB just happened. She comes here, she's a little bummed.
Restarting, sorry.
She's a little bummed. Cam's like, oh, but I gotta pretend that this parking lot is actually a worthwhile destinations, or else all the aliens are gonna think Earth is lame. But actually, BB needs very little convincing. Wow, you guys have snow at survivable temperatures? That's so cool. And this place is called a gestation store? Wow, they have great food here. Popping candy? What's that? Okay, let's put that away. But why was BB bummed in the first place? Is it because her saucer got totaled? Is it because Earth is actually lame? Or is it because she's being hunted by an entity that's a sentient black hole? And she realizes that she's too tired to run anymore. She realizes that this is her last moment of freedom. Well, at least it was a fun last moment of freedom. But Cam cannot accept this. They convince her to basically take a final stand against this thing, because now everything is different. She has Cam has the gas station, and the gas station has Pop Rocks, which I guess aliens are allergic to. So that's why you might want to watch this pitch, but why would you want to make it? So I'm an animator. I basically min-maxed this for portfolio variety. So on BB's side of things, she's got more like exaggerated, energetic animation, and then for Cam, there's more of a focus on subtle, grounded, realistic character acting. It's about contrast. Hand-drawn effects enjoyers, I did this for you. So this is kind of the approach that I'm trying to take for the unknowable entity, like pseudopod kind of stuff going on, and I envision us going for like a hand-drawn approach for animating it. Storyboarders, I have a lot of variety for you guys too. Silly gas station antics, quiet, heartfelt moments, and climactic action scene. And maybe I just want to do an accurate slide. Sue me. 3D if you want to collab, by the way. So yeah. Also designers, please help me. I'm scared. I have this idea of like aging 60s architecture that's like about ready to get torn down for like this gas station parking lot, but I can't make my ideas like actually look as cool as they are in my head, so like pull up. Kind of same idea for the characters, and then also like so many props need to be designed, and that could look so good in like a fun pack portfolio, guys, I'm just saying. So that's why you should vote for this film. Why should you vote for this director? So let's go through the resume. I worked on all these films last year. This is not my first rodeo. And then I also have industry experience. So last year at my job, they were kind of throwing me around the pipeline just everywhere. So I'm pretty familiar with professional workflows now, you could say. Here's also some projects that I've led over the past couple of years. Short game, short animation. the Any Jam for last year's grads coming soon. But listen, guys. Last year's grads. I am close personal friends with every alumni. And so if we need help, I can get help. Yeah. I hope this convinced like some of you, like at least 10 maybe,
At least 10 maybe.
that my pitch is interesting and you want to work on it, because I really want to tell a story and I genuinely think it's going to be really fun to work on. Thank you.
Great job, Lee. Thank you. All right. Who's up next?
Oh. What? Show us your password.
Wait, do I have to log in?
If you didn't make it open.
Whoopsie. Okay. Can the next person go and then I'll fix that?
Sure. Next person, Jesslyn.
I can feel your presence just I'm gonna be more claustrophobic. There's too much aura around me. Too much aura.
All right, Jess. You got 3 minutes to woo us.
Cool. Hi everyone. My name's Jesslyn, and here's Boomy. Honestly, it is the same exact format, exact slides. I didn't get to like change it up very much. But yeah, here's my pitch, Boomy. For those who don't know, it's a pitch. It's a story about how parenting can be tough, especially for new parents. Finding out how to navigate through parenthood and like understanding how to take care of a child and knowing what's right and wrong can be very difficult. And in my pitch, it's just a story about this giant planet and the shape of a baby named Boomy, and her parents live on her, and her parents are trying to find out how to comfort her and understand how to calm her down. And I did some very quick character designs on her parents. There was also this fantastic idea by one of my peers, Riza, where the parents are actually just orbiting the planet in their little astronaut suits and like just observing her from like up close but not too close. And yeah, I tried my best to like kind of illustrate it in a quick way. And yeah, these are her parents. I wanted to keep them simple and like cutesy looking. And yeah, there's like a full body picture there. The rest is pretty much the same though. Yeah, so my ideas is just like, these could change. But my ideas is basically that they venture around the planet trying to find out how to take care of her and comfort her. They give her a toy. They check if her bowels are like doing all right. They check if she's teething. Those are just some ideas that I have. And yeah, the story basically, the climax happens where they find this rash and they take care of the rash, but they find out they're just these cosmic frogs, and they're like, okay, I guess we dealt with that. But they come up to Boomy once again, and they see this swarm of these little jellyfish-like creatures, and they're like, oh, wait a minute. Boomy's still upset. Now there's this swarm over her. Yeah, they find out they're these lackadaisicals, and they feed off of negative energy and negative emotions, and they also cause stomach aches to Boomy, which also in turn causes more pain and more negative emotions. So the swarm grows bigger, and they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta take care of them. So they basically were like, they take the frogs from the rash, and they try to use it to fend them off. But there's too many, and since they're also upset, the swarm gets bigger, and there's too many, and they can't take care of them. So yeah, the parents kind of give up, and the dad kind of runs to Boomy to comfort her. His last like shot at like telling Boomy like, oh, I don't know what to do, like I don't know how to comfort you. It's really hard being a parent. And Boomy all of a sudden giggles and starts laughing. And after all this time, Boomy just wanted her parents' attention and love and like the closest of her parents. Yeah, that is basically my pitch. Once again, a recap. And yeah, these were once again some inspiration and some shows that I really loved. That inspired me to make Boomy. And yeah, if you like working on cute, whimsical stories and just like heartfelt, slow stories, yeah, vote for me.
Good job, great job.
So good, so cute.
Hope you're enjoying the pitches at home. Space.
Real.
Right.
One video doesn't have permission.
Oops. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, it's happening again.
That's gonna be your Google account.
It's a Google account, not a.
Do you have it on your other computer? Do you have it on your computer now?
I do.
Go back to that computer.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Go to that computer, open that YouTube thing.
I'm going to kill TTC.
That video.
That's how I feel every day. Yeah.
Oh,
There's no video in this?
actually, there was a reason. I think the guy pretty sad. Yeah, I think all six of these, someone was like but I wasn't okay, because I was like, oh. It was all about me.
Working out the kinks, baby.
This is even more accurate now. All right.
It's anticipation.
Yeah. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the third and final pitch of my short film idea, Over the Dune. Okay. All right. So we open on this shot of this dingy, kind of cluttered, cramped office, and there's these beautiful photographs all over the walls of like all this beautiful nature photography, but that's not what's in the spotlight, is it? What's in the spotlight is this empty frame. And we know this guy now, we know what he wants. He wants big, cool, rare bird picture. And he's gonna get it. So he's walking along the beach with his camera, and then he sees it overhead. It's going by, it's just a blur. Tries to get a photo, he doesn't get it. He's angry, he's like, I'm gonna climb that dune, I'm gonna get that photo. So he starts climbing the dune. It's a little harder than he expected. He trips, he falls. And as he looks down at his hands, he notices that they're not as young as they were when he started climbing the dune. And we see, as the audience, that every step up this hill drains a little bit of his life. And he's getting older with every step. But he's determined, right? So we're cutting back and forth between this and the bird on the other side. And the bird is not quite a natural bird. It's a little grotesque. It's a little monstrous, and it's calling to him. It's calling to him like, come get me. I'm right here, it's gonna be easy, just another few steps. Just another few steps. And so he keeps going, and he gets to the top of the hill, and he's like an old man now, and his hands are trembling, and he raises his camera, and it's already flown off. Now he missed it. But this time, in this pitch, he didn't just miss cool bird photo. He missed his whole life. He's about to die. And he falls to the ground, and his notebook slips out of his pocket, and it opens. And there's that photo of his family, and he looks at it, and he realizes what he's lost. He's like, oh my God, I'm at the end. And so he, trembling hand, no strength left in him, he pulls out his phone, and he calls them to say goodbye. And that decision sort of Sophie Houseman Castle vibes, his change of intention, he gets to have his life back and he reverts to being a young man. And that is the last shot of the film as we see him look out over this beautiful landscape that I haven't painted yet and breathe a sigh of relief, and he gets to go back home to his family. Bye.
Amazing.
Do I have more time?
You have, yeah, still like a minute.
Oh shoot, all right.
Pitch yourself.
I am organized. I am. I have a notion, and I genuinely do have a very good track record of handing things in on time. In the past year, or getting an extension. I'm good at communicating. You can ask any of the profs. I always send my emails. I'm always like, okay, I planned it out. You know, not gonna make it. Gotta have an extension. I'm good at that. And I really, really care about work-life balance. I have achieved everything that I've achieved because I also take a lot of time for myself and to like sharpen the axe. Do you guys know that metaphor? Like if you're gonna chop down a tree in 2 hours, spend the first hour sharpening the axe. I'm big on that. So if I were to direct, I would understand that you guys need to do that too. You need rest in order to create your best work, and I would love to plan so that you can do that. Thank you.
I stole the thing. No one else gets taken.
Quadi just whispered to me that your film is a good analogy for the animation industry.
Ooh.
You're climbing up a hill, and by the time you're dead, you're like, what happened to my life? Why don't I see them?
How do I do the pointer?
What, laser pointer?
Yeah.
Double click the top button.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
What's pink? What color is it?
May I start?
You got her.
Okay. So, hello. I'm Justin. This is my pitch, The Chronicle of the Cuckoo d'Etat. You know the story. I'm just gonna run by it very fast. The Warbler brother noticed siblings missing, and he suspects it's the Cuckoo brother, their adoptive brother. And then the Cuckoo brother comes to his chamber to confront him, and they talk. It's revealed that Cuckoo brother is killing all the siblings because he wants to be the sole recipient of mother's love. They fight. Warbler brother cuts open Cuckoo brother's eyes and is about to kill him, but then he has flashback of the good time they have together growing up, and he hesitates, and Cuckoo brother charge forth, and Warbler brother falls to his death. This is my characters. That's a sick new drawing that I did for Matt Kassan. Yeah, you've seen these. Rigging. I did the armor rig. It's all right. It's fine. No need to worry. I will work very hard to make the animation as painless as possible, and Jason will not have a day of peace before the rig is very workable. Don't worry. Do not worry. Animation. You do have to rough out the armors so the shape maintains, but there are a few ways to make this less awful. A little less awful. We can do in non-fight scenes, we can do animation on 3s. Maybe. We can in the fight scene we can do like the Genji Tartakovsky's thing where he has very strong pose, and in between the pose it's very snappy. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Don't worry. Yeah. The background, there's 4 locations, and how many layouts? It would probably not be a lot of layouts. It depends on the board artist. But there are 4 locations to be designed, and a bunch of color cards and picture frames to be designed, and it will look awesome. It'll look very cool. Now, why should you work on this film? The first reason is that it's different. It stands out. It's very weird, and people say, and you know, it's fun. It's interesting. It's not been done before. It's cool. Also, there's subtle and realistic acting. You can show your employers that you know how to do that. It's very hard to do, but you can pull it off because you are wonderful animators. I'll get you Krispy Kreme. I live next to a Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme is very accessible to me. It's like 3 minutes walk. I can get you Krispy Kreme. You'll have so many Krispy Kreme. And also, I am nice and reliable. Here are some reasons you should pick me. First, I have a vision. Second, I am dedicated to my work. You will not catch me disappearing. I will be working. And also, I'm welcoming of weird ideas. I need talented people. I need people who are good with colors. I need people good with dialogues. I need strong board artists. I'm open to opinions. And also, I'm decisive, and I'm also loving, just like the mother. Yeah. Be on my film. I would love that. Thank you.
It's a real feel-good one, folks. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Give a thumbs up in the chat if you're liking it, huh?
Woo! I love it already!
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Alex, and this is my pitch, Conquering with the Club Martians. So it's an intergalactic gazillionaire family. The Club Martians throw their daughter Candace a birthday party, and the party gets crashed by an alien overlord. These are our characters, you already know them, is Candace, Tiffany, Kamam, Clobthor, and his son Clobbert. The story takes place only at the mansion. It's one location, and the music's like this. And then there's gonna be, it's all 2D rigged, but there's gonna be one guy that's a dancer in the middle of the pool that's gonna be hand-drawn. I need someone to do that. It's gonna be a sexy little dancer. Something like all of those GIFs. Our story starts with Tiffany. Tiffany's saying, it's my birthday party, it's going great so far. Everyone's having a great time except for someone who's not having a good time. I'm not having a good time. I'm like, darling, it's time for your gift. It's a planet. Oh my god, I love it. It's full of beaches, hot alien babes, and Botox. Oh my god. My planet's bigger. Shut up, Tiffany. Something comes crash landing. Boom! It's Clobthor and his son Clobbert. He grabs an alien, crushes it, and he's like, look, son, that's how it's done. And his dad's like, yeah, whatever, I like my real dad instead. And then Kenny's like, distracted by how sexy Clobthor is. Date me, no, date me. Date me, or I'll kill your son. Anyone who would kill my son has the key to my heart. They make out. Candace is shattered, but at least she still has her planet. She looks at her planet through a telescope. Oh my god, it's not sexy, it's ugly, and it's poor. This is the worst birthday ever! Clobthor reveals it was him who made the planet ugly. And that's when Tiffany has to make a choice. And that's when I made a choice. Tiffany decided to kill Clobthor. And that's when I decided to kill Clobthor. Tiffany kills Clobthor. I'm sorry, you keep Clobthor's skull. No, I'm sorry, Tiffany. He was your boyfriend, you should keep it. We cut to Clobbert. Yeah, my stepdad's dead, whatever, my last dad was cooler. I could be your mom, Clobbert. No, Clobbert, I'll be your mom. You don't know anything about being a domestic woman. I'm so domestic. You only want to be a mother because I want to be Clobbert's mom. The end. This is my inspiration. Cold High Total Drama Island. The animation's gonna be like snappy. It's 2D rigged. It's gonna be easy. That's my ideas. I just want it to be simple and fun. Thank you, and why you should pick me as a director. So I have a lot of life experience with working with people in creative settings and also just with people in general. I've worked in a lot of fast-paced environments, and I know that over like everything, communication is the most important thing. I think that the style of animation will be doable, and I think that there's gonna be a lot of lip syncing and animation acting, and that's gonna be great for your portfolios. I want to pitch this idea as a TV show later. So you guys be part of something that's really cool. And I think that Seneca needs something absurd and weird because we've had a lot of meaningful messages in films, and we just need something fun. So thank you.
Can we? Do we have time to go back to the club music? Like a little bit, please? There has to be time for that. Hell yeah. It's so lit in this place. Yeah. So good. There are tears in my eyes. Thank you.
All right. Next up, Hannah.
I did come up with this.
Oh, sorry.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi,
and
Hannah.
This is my pitch about to eat. I didn't come up with that name. Thank you, Con and Emily, Con's friend. Yeah. Okay, so I almost forgot the clicker. Synopsis, same thing. War Machine learns to cook post-war, finding a purpose after losing your original one. So, same characters. We got the kid and the robot, and the story takes place after the war, right? This kid's exploring through the forest, hanging out, and then she sees, oh cool, giant robot, and its head's moving a little, so she's like, oh, let me go pull it out, right? She's tugging on it, and then whoa, cool, and then it shoots her.
Oh.
She's like, oh my god! But then it falls because it can't really move because it hasn't moved at all in so long, so its limbs are kind of stuck. She feels bad, so she starts cleaning it up. And then it can move again, warms up to her a little bit, and she decides to take it back to her village, which a regular person usually wouldn't do, but she's a kid, so even though I try to shoot at her, she decides to bring it back to a bunch of people. She introduces it to all the residents, they're like, oh, nice, hi there, little guy, and it shoots him, because that's all it knows, and it sees that he's really scared, so it gets upset. And so the kid's like, oh no, here's how you take care of plants. You don't shoot lasers at them, you pour water on them. So she goes around showing the robot different things, teaching it how to do different things. And it's not very good at pretty much anything, but every time they visit a new person, they hand off more ingredients, food, vegetables, herbs, and all that. And eventually, they do find something that the robot is good at, right? And it's like, oh cool, is this what you want to do? No. So it's upset because now that it's tried so many different things, it's learned that there are things that it wants to do and things that it doesn't want to do. And so the kid's at a loss, but she's holding all this stuff. And so she's like, let me go to my grandpa's house for the time being. And so they go over, hey Gramps, I got this little robot guy. And then Gramps is here cooking for a bunch of people, and the robot sees, and he's like, oh, this reminds me of back in the old days when I was a military bot and I was huge and I didn't fit in the mess hall, but everyone was having a good time in there, the only moments of peace during the war, and he can't join because he can't eat, and also he's like 2 stories tall. That would destroy the building. And so the bot's like, hey, I wanna help out too. And so the Gramps teaches him some stuff, and he ends up helping out with cooking, and he ends up being able to join everybody. This is stuff that I couldn't show last time, but there's just some thumbs that I did, and then generally the style. If you're good with colors, I really need your help. I can't do anything with colors. Please help me. As for other roles, layouts, I don't know if you saw, there's a ton of different stuff here. Animation style-wise, I was thinking a combination of rigged and hand-drawn. Media inspirations and all that. And that's it. I'm supposed to advertise myself. Honestly, there isn't much to say. I've just worked in different positions before, not just in animation. Again, communication is obviously the most important, but also maintaining a professional attitude, even though we're all pretty chill here, and it's not a definitive hierarchy. I'm not going to be like, I'm the director, you have to listen to everything that I say. But it's generally, if you have personal feelings and all that, just make sure to keep professional. I really like that kind of environment. It's just to facilitate productivity and to make sure everything goes smoothly. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Hannah. Yes. Yes.
Good job.
Raina, you're up.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's Rana.
Rana.
Oh no. Actually.
Okay. Hello. I changed my pitch completely. It's about Agent Chiseltip now. There's no other characters. It's just her in a blank void. There's nothing else. Just kidding. It's still Barnabas. Nothing has changed. It's the exact same plot, the exact same film, the exact same bits. I didn't change a single thing. It's still about these two idiots trying to kill like the world's greatest spy, and then the spy dies by a bit. So what is this film at its core? It's a Trojan horse, and it's actually just a bunch of bits. It's a bunch of jokes, pretending to be a film. What's that? It's another Trojan horse inside of my Trojan horse. That's right, guys. It's portfolio pieces. It's actually a bunch of portfolio pieces pretending to be a film, pretending to be a bit, pretending to be a film. Let's move on now. Rigging. There's 3 characters. I did that on purpose because I wanted a sort of buddy comedy dynamic, and I also wanted like a fun antagonist. I made them very graphic, very flat, because I fuck with that heavy. There's at least 2 guns, and I need someone to make the props. I could do it, but you know? And there's also a bunch of other props. I am very good at just physical comedy, and sometimes what happens is I draw a giant fridge in my storyboard, and now I have to have the fridge be a prop. So imagine just a bunch of prop gags here. The storyboard doesn't exist, but like if it did, we'd have a lot of props happening, and that's good for portfolio, I imagine. Animation, we're gonna do limited, snappy, pose to pose. I want my poses so fucking strong, you guys. It looks so good. It's gonna be limited because I don't want to die. And Varnish and PK will be, because there's 3 characters, they're all going to act differently, they're going to move differently. And Varnish and PK are gonna be like bouncier, I imagine, and Chiseltip will move like a normal person, but like, you know, cuntier. And we're gonna do that so that we can have this. Could you imagine an action sequence? I can. And you could too. We could do this. It would be so cool, you guys, please. And also, I would like it if some of the faces were funny. We can draw that. You could draw a funny face. I've seen you do it. Look at the board. That's a lot of funny faces. Storyboarding. It's an action comedy. It's going to be snappy. We're gonna have a lot of fun making like dynamic shots for like the action sequences. And honestly, you could throw in any bit you want as long as it's funny. If it's funny, it goes in the film. That's my rule. It's rule of funny. And as for backgrounds, I'm no background artist, but we can do like something whimsical and fun, where the perspective is more of a suggestion, sort of this like early 2000s graphic style. Those 2 I did. And they're not as good, to be honest, but like I wish they were. We're gonna skip recap. Oh. So that's the film. You could be here. You could be here working with me. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. That's the end. That's all. I was gonna threaten you, but we're out of time, so.
Oh, please don't shoot.
I'm just gonna take my gun and leave now.
Perfect. DK and varnish. Strange, lovely stuff. It's whimsy time.
Taking off my mask so you can see my mouth when it moves. Hello, welcome to my final presentation for Whimsy and Mimsy, the super cool short film that you should totally work on. Just to recap, we have Mimsy, the one who sells his soul for a cake like anyone would do. The demon, the one that he sells his soul to. He's petty, he's arrogant, but he's way too powerful for this job. And the wizard, who is just a delightful father figure to Mimsy. Just a story, again, we have Mimsy. He's trained to be a magician. He's ready to make this cake for his mentor to surprise him. But he's a baby, and he can't do magic good. So he does what any normal, sane person would do in the situation and accidentally summons a demon. He does end up selling his soul to said demon to bake this cake. Even though there's some cat shenanigans along the way, as to be expected, the demon does end up finishing the cake, and Mimsy is happy. However, when the demon goes to take his soul, he finds out Mimsy doesn't have one, and he's just got a lot of heart, which is what's important. And the demon is out of soul and is upset, but Mimsy gets a free cake, and that's all that matters. So for animation, I almost said animatic. Animation inspiration, we got Eliminate Animation for comedy, which is fun, but then also that leaves more room for us to do bigger stuff like the demon summoning, which is, I can't imagine the effects animation. Klaus, I'm kind of thinking big expressive acting for them because it's a comedy. I want big acting, lots of And then for magic, Little Witch Academia, it's got a lot of good examples of magic spellcasting, even though it's witches, not wizards, we'll just pretend it is. For visuals, character design, I'm kind of thinking Cult of the Lamb because it's got really cute characters that are surrounded by the horrors. Humor, lots of visual humor, like SpongeBob, like the realistic frames where it's like, oh, big expressions, really fun, silly, goofy time. Amphibia, their backgrounds are so whimsical and bright and saturated, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Lots of round shapes, really warm, welcoming space, which I think will help the demon stand out like a sore thumb. And then storyboarding, I know Mimsy is a very little guy, so I think we can reference Gravity Falls to make, to help us, because they have kid actors with bigger adults. Now you're thinking, why should I choose Mimsy? Rigged animation, which is always fun to do, and then you can have more time to do everything in general. Big character acting, which is always good for a portfolio, with maybe some subtle acting in there for some of the more dramatic scenes. Cool magic effects. Who doesn't want to do cool magic effect animation? Layout, there's only one main location, which leaves us time to draw the layouts. You also get to draw a cozy little house full of magic, which is delightful and good. Storyboarding, you get to board comedic bits, which is good. There's also some dramatic scenes like Mimsy summoning the demon, and maybe him contemplating if he should sell his soul. And then also, most importantly, you get to draw a little guy all the time. Who doesn't want to draw a little guy? Did I have a slide selling myself as a director? No, but I'm going to do it right now. I'm really organized. I hand in all my assignments on time, minus one or two when the mental health is gone. I'm really big on communication. I love making sure everyone's okay and that they're talking to each other. I think I would be very chill and cool. I really understand needing time to relax and not do work. So I'm super cool for that. I haven't worked on any big productions, but I have worked in lots of group settings. So please pick me and my little guy. Thank you.
Good job, you coach.
Good job. Milo, you're up.
Dagger.
Okay. I believe you guys. I'll set a timer myself as well, Barney.
Woo!
Because I'm
Everyone set
very
timers.
bad at that. Clicker. Gotcha. Cool. I believe you guys may remember my pitch mostly. Or maybe you don't, and I'll go over it again. In a small town in some place in the United States, there's some pretty spooky shit going on. There's crop circles and abductions and mysterious disappearances and glowing lights in the night. No one can tell what it is. I bet it's probably aliens though, because that looks like some alien stuff. The villagers come together and they're speculating amongst themselves. What could this possibly mean? What could all this evil alien stuff mean? Why are they here? Why are they taking our stuff? In reality, he's just taking some stuff for his little food truck. He runs in the middle of space. He's just a little chef. He's a pretty chill guy. He kind of turned these people's livelihoods into burgers for his alien friends, but it's all right. The food is going to be like a pretty big part of it. I want to have a way for us to kind of like, because it's pretty lighthearted, it's pretty fast-paced, kind of jokey stuff in the first part, but I know people like the chance to go off and have a little bit of cool atmospheric portfolio stuff. So the food part is a little more genuine. Get some chance to do some really kind of maybe some Ghibli stuff, make some delicious looking food. This is just some early concept art for my stuff. Pretty basic outline. There's abductions, there's the spooky theories, that's the main jokey half of the pitch, and then there's the little kind of like soft ending of everyone being friends and just having some tasty treats together. These are my main guys. This is the little alien guy. He's got some sneakers. He has a hard life. It's hard running a business all by yourself. This is my little farmer girl. She's pretty fucking pissed that they stole her pigs. She likes those pigs, and they've been slightly baconized, but that's okay. I'm kind of going for a more fast-paced kind of indie animation style. It's pretty short. This is tailored to be pretty short. It's not super complicated. It is pretty simple, but you get to draw some funny stuff, some funny jokes. It's not too serious. It's pretty fluid. It's probably going to be rigged. Parts of it are going to be rigged. Most of it's probably going to be hand drawn. I think hand drawing is more fun. It's also like, I think for a more fluid style, it's probably easier. Though there will be some rigged sections. Why would you vote for this? You get to do some funny jokes and some cool food, so you get a little bit of fun, a little bit of real portfolio work. For me, I've worked on some stuff before. I've worked on a couple productions. I'm pretty cool at that. Have you ever heard of Green Eggs and Ham? I did some stuff on that. I worked on What If? Matt knows what I'm talking about for a couple episodes. You can see if you watch the race episode. It's pretty cool. I did a lot of production stuff on Murdoch Mysteries. Ask your grandma about it. But I'm also pretty lenient, so it's like I feel like I'm a capable wrangler, but also like I get it. I'm not gonna make you work at 3 a.m. I feel like everyone should go home and do your other stuff. Have a little bit of a fun life. And also, if you need to take a break, I get it. I'll just be better at managing what we have versus what you can give. Don't stress too much about it. I'm not gonna be a jerk. The end. Also, if you don't vote, he dies. Sorry.
All right, last one. Harry. Good luck. Last one, folks, and then we vote.
Alright, this is my pitch and his name. I'm gonna show this video again because it's being live streamed, so. Is there audio this time?
think so. Play for Riza. Sound like not.
There's no audio.
There's no audio.
You lied to me.
It's not muted.
There was audio. I heard it.
You heard it?
We all heard it.
You're all really good.
Oh, there. Alright. So. Alright, the story is very simple. It's just about that character trying to get revenge for his father. Father is a famous scientist, and he gets killed. And he gets a message, so he chases the killers, and then like he almost dies. But then he's successful. Alright, some concept art really quickly. Yeah, and my experiences. So I do a lot of effects and like hand drawn shit. So if you like hand drawn, take my film. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, why am I a good director? I directed the video earlier, so I think it's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. That video is too good. Too good. Alright, so everybody take a think. Take a hard think for a minute. Think about everyone. Hold in your hearts now. What is the one film that you want to work on? Now, how this goes is generally sometimes we vote. Some get knocked out because there's not enough for them, and then we'll re-vote and we'll kind of cull it down to where we are kind of naturally. All right. So we're gonna start with the one film that you want to work on, and then we'll just go through and we'll record some numbers. You guys good? Yes.
Wait, can we just like have like 5 minutes to
You want a break before we vote? Mentally?
5 minutes.
Sure. I'm gonna shut down the live.